sometimes when we don't actually like listen to people's possibilities, we would never imagine that some things can actually like exist. Doors are just waiting for you to knock.
Be audacious.
I'm just like, so this is possible.
It works. It works.
Events will always be advantageous to anybody. You only have one problem.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the BCP Origin Story Series, and with us today we have Samuel Eleja. Hi Samu, how are you doing?
Hi, success. I'm doing good, pretty fine, you can see.
So can you introduce yourself?
Okay. My parents named me Samuel Eleja, but I chose to call myself Samuel Eleja. For some time now, not too long, very little time. I do marketing and public relations as a profession. Studied fishes, but then I don't have interest in it yet. And I think what else should you know? Okay, currently building a business PR and event marketing company, Empire. And when I'm not found working, I love God, I love anime, and I love to analyze football. Let's keep it that way.
Nice. I like that. That's like very short, but like let's leave it. We'll get to the rest later. So an official introduction of what the BCP Origin Story is about. It's a series where we invite people who have come in contact with BCP one way or another. So the word origin is, what's your first contact with BCP? And because I invited you, so like I feel like you'll be like, oh, what's the origin series all about? I explained why we're inviting you, but I didn't exactly tell you what the series is all about. So it's a series where we invite people that have had contact with BCP or other speakers, attendees, and bring them on board to share their stories. Because we noticed that a lot of them have been impacted one way or another. Some speakers have won grants, some have won global talent visas, and then some attendees have gone from just being an attendee to like doing something very impactful in their life and career. So it's like, okay, how did attending BCP spur a transformation, in that line? I mean, there are obviously a lot of other things that you had to take on, but like, what did you like learn, or what did you get, or what connections did you make that helped you on that journey? So, I mean, in your own case, you moved from being an attendee to being a speaker. Got it. And I'm like, that's like a story that's worth spotlight on. So my first question for you is, when was the first time you attended BCP and why did you attend? Like, what was your expectation?
My first attendance of BCP should be 2022. That's that 2022 now? Yes, but I got to know of it since inception.
Wow.
When Tolu was calling
OG.
Yes, when Tolu started by writing. No, it didn't start there. He started from writing in a newsletter then, Tomato Factory.
Wow.
Yeah, that was where I started from 2020. You can ask him. Then from there, he decided to put up the training. I can't remember the tag that he gave it then, but I remember that the ticket category, one was low-key, one was store.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yes.
I can't remember that. That was where
that was an hotel.
A friend of me called. A friend of me was around. Ugo.
Yeah, I remember.
So rest in peace.
It was one blue and white flyer like that.
Exactly. So I couldn't attend then. I can't remember the exact reason, but then me and Tolu, we met at the entrepreneurship of the NT at along Futa Junction. That was my first contact with his idea of what BCP is supposed to look like. But then we weren't really talking so much then, so it was just casual. But the first one that I attended was 2022 when Victor came to Akure, Victor, Fatomi, and the likes. Like, okay, it was 2023. Yes, quite a lot of them were around then. I'm not sure if BCP had in 2022. I don't think so, but in 2023. So that was the first edition like I was able to attend. And to be honest, the experience from that first event actually did a lot to me, because then that was when Empire was just starting off. We were just still buzzing, doing all of our thing on, students, energy and likes. But you get it. But the event exposed me literally. Start thinking that you don't know enough yet in the space that you want to play in. There is a lot to learn and do, and it is actually very possible. It helped me to be actively involved with some of the process that makes the event happen. So I could see quite a number of things that I actually needed to improve on. So just to keep it short, BCP 2023 did a lot of stretching for my mindset, a lot of possibilities for my. I mean, before Victor and likes came to Akure, this is going to be like one of the major highlights for me that year. So because I'm somebody that I believe so much that if my background does not have money, visibility can give me what those things could not, like that I could not get.
Exposure.
So I'm always very, very vocal, trying to do as much as possible to get people to see me, that I know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to improve part time. So then I was always on Victor's neck. Bring full gap to Akure. You know, full gap was just launching there.
Yes,
So
yes.
on
Then
Twitter,
eventually came the
I
next
know the
year.
opportunity was of jumping down to Lagos, blah blah blah. But I decided to use the idea of BCP to say, okay, bring some legs for us now when you're coming. And it happened, and there was a lot that should happen in that conversation. But just to keep it, to end it here, BCP 23 was a lot as my first experience, and I'm grateful I was a part of it.
Okay, thank you. Now, from everything you said, you mentioned how you had to leverage some connections and opportunities. So
I'm still leveraging them.
Yes. So which ones would you say have been like the most pivotal in your journey and growth?
Is it just for the first edition?
You could say first edition, you could say other editions, just mention.
From 2023, there are a lot. I'm trying to pinpoint the one that would sound the most interesting for me.
You can start from the origin.
I can start from the origin, right? Okay, so first of all, meeting Tolu, like as a point of contact to BCP, showed me how exactly people can better think creatively than the casual things that we already know. When I was reading, I didn't read so much of the stories of Tolu in the Tomato Factory then, but the ones that I read, Tolu curated his works then in such a way that you feel like you are living inside of his mind, and at the same time, it's going to trigger you to want to create similar experience. I'm proposing not using the word storytelling. I'm
trying to avoid it because it will open up other
because it will open up like quite a lot of things to say. Thank you. So that particular experience was still lingering in my mind when I attended BCP 2023. So when everybody was looking at speakers coming on board to speak, me, I am seeing creative and diverse ways that somebody chose speakers carefully to pass different information across to people
in different angles
and to serve like a structure for people to build upon when they want to do the same for others. So for me, really, I can't say I'm as intentional then the way I am now. But if I'm not going to lie at all, every of the touch point that I had with BCP 23 actually played a lot in some changes that I made in my career in 2024. And attending again in 2024, being also like being a part of the partners too, I saw a lot of other like changes that actively was pushing me to believe that guy, this career where you enter, there's a lot for you to do, right? So the people connection worked. Victor really helped me as regards a lot of vital decisions as regards my career. A lot. BCP was a good point for me to solidify relationships with him. There are quite a number of people that I can also mention that if I want to start thinking, there are just a lot. I can't just say one or two or three or 4 persons. It will look like I'm being partial to the rest. There are a lot. And finally, for my guys that we work together at Type Empire, a number of them were able to actively believe that they can actually do more when they saw what we pulled with the team, with the internal team of BCP for 2023. It made a lot of sense to them that guys, we die here. So even when work is not coming at some point, no worries.
So much is possible.
If we can do that, we can.
Yeah, you can do a lot more.
Can do that.
And I feel like that's the goal, because the goal is always like to expand the mind of people that attend, people that come in contact with BCP, to see that they can do so much more. Like there are so many opportunities out there, and you have to open your mind to see it. But sometimes it's until you see people do it that you'll be like, oh, this is possible. The way they say see it is believing. If you don't see other people do it, you'll not really envision that it's possible. So if we were to mention like one first that you took from like any of the speaker sessions, and you feel like, oh, this actually opened your mind in ways that you kept remembering up until now, which one would you say it is?
So the one that is currently in my head right now is from Yemi Orimolade in 2024, the PR expert.
I just knew you were going to mention him. I knew you were going to. That man is too good. Continue.
See, sometimes when we don't actually like listen to people's possibilities, we would never imagine that some things can actually like exist.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So he said something about that. I think he gave a percentage, but then I can't remember the exact weight. But I think that majority, if I'm going to paraphrase, it's going to be like 90-10. So he said majority of the opportunities that he has gotten in his life, he has not applied for one.
I remember.
That they were all referral from one to the other to the other. And look at the portfolio of this person. We are not
It's
talking
crazy. It works at Microsoft.
Microsoft, Samsung. That see, he's affiliated to a lot of crazy brands, and he kept on hammering on something. He kept on hammering on something, and I can never forget it. So he said, just knock, like
Knock on those doors.
he kept on hammering on it that knock those doors. That sometimes the doors are just waiting for you to knock.
Be audacious.
Just do like this. So whatever he says and he goes to and is coming through, he would get to that point.
Get back to it.
Opportunities are around.
They're endless.
They are endless. But your current level of preparation has endless measure of opportunities that
There's
matches
attached to it.
with what you can already do. So if you're somebody that is actively now growing, you should have it at the back of your mind that the opportunities that are growing with you are outside there, and your own is just to ensure that you keep knocking as much as
access them.
door they would open. So it sticks to me. Okay, I think yes, this is a very good example. So that same year, right, I used the same approach that you mentioned. I got a job sometimes and Saamu, hey. I mean, somebody just reached out randomly. I forget, can you do this? Can you do this? I'm going to keep it short.
That's fine.
I sent a proposal with an exact amount of billing, and I purposely I raised it more than I normally feel like I'm supposed to be
because
entitled to.
Your mind already got exposed to. I can do it. Let me just try. Let's see how
I
it goes.
raised it, and by the time the person wants to price and just remove a so I felt like, hey, so this is for.
It works. It works.
I did not think twice. Let us go ahead. And the person paid my money that same night instantly. It worked. So that example and the practical experience has stitched to me till now. Possibilities can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
You can wake up tomorrow morning and see your money.
So I feel like the fact that you practice it opens your mind more. So you can hear advice. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is possible. But if you don't do it, it still feels impossible. And you doing it and you working, nobody can take that away from you because you'll be like, nah, I can't do anything. So now that you mentioned all of this, I have one question, and I think you made a tweet around it one time about how so some people said something like events are a waste of time, like you not necessarily get any connection, like you don't go for events are a waste. And I remember you quoting it and sharing your experience around like how events have actually helped you be better, like the connections you made and how you exposed your mind, and you shared some of it now. So like just speak to that. When people think that going for events is a waste, I can just sit in my house, I can learn whatever I want to learn from Google, or I can find connections elsewhere. It's not worth it. Speak to that.
I'll start by saying something. I don't know whether there is a quote like this that exists before.
It doesn't. You can make it yours.
But I'm making it mine right now. There's no better place to meet people that can help you at a state of mind where they are loose enough, offer you more than what they would logically offer you
on a normal day if you met them on like X or LinkedIn. Exactly.
I repeat, there is no better place to catch up to people that can help you than event, because they are going to see there's a way event naturally makes people lose
themselves and just be more human and calm and relaxed.
Like you are coming to meet fellow humans like you.
You're here to connect.
No matter how logical you are, the experience at that environment is going to change some things about your plan that you cannot 100% control. You are dealing with people. I mean, I can stay behind my camera, right, and just be there and just be like, okay, when I'm done, I'll talk to you. I can cut my call, but how can I quickly cut talking to you physically? And if I'm a good person and I don't want you to feel weird somehow, I would have to try to be strategic, but then it's not always so easy.
Yeah.
So let me not make it complex. I don't care what anybody wants to say. To be honest, I don't care because this is my experience. Events will always be advantageous to anybody. You only have one problem: if you don't have an open mind to it. I was going to say that if you don't have a plan, but sometimes if you don't have a plan and you have an open mind and you go there, you can still get benefit if you stick to what the events organizers have prepared for you.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody that wants to now be very very intentional about it,
What you get?
and you go to an event. Let me give an example. Moonshots that happened last year, right? To be honest, I didn't go to moonshots for myself. The moonshots that happened this last year, I didn't go for myself. I went for my friends. Yes, and I'm happy to say that my friends that I went there for, like a good number, the ones that got access to job opportunities, the ones that got investors or opportunities that got real cash flow,
Funds.
and I'm not
Actual
even going to
money.
lie, right?
Mhm.
Because I looked at it, Samu. It's not as if I don't need people, but I know a lot of people that are already going to come to that event, and what we are going to be doing is catch up. So I'm not expressly coming there to build new relationship, but there are some people that I know that getting in that space, they will feel overwhelmed to want to start talking to people.
Yeah.
So I just gone body with them. After guys, know they go now.
So you went there to help them out, help their life.
Basically, right? And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to hold on to what they achieved. They have their own goal too.
Yeah.
I'm just a catalyst in the picture.
Moral
But I'm happy
support.
that it happened.
Yeah.
I'm happy that like okay, I did something for one of my female friends there. We were chatting, and there was somebody that she wants to talk to prospect to become a sponsor for a prospective event, and she was like, and I was follow this. I said, talk now. She was like,
somebody did that for me this year. I was like, so I applied for a job, and then the HR was literally at the booth. And it was like, come and talk to her. I'm like, no, I'm shy. It was like, Afra, come. You literally had to drag me to talk to her.
I didn't even drag one. I did not even drag. I just went to the person because I knew that if I wanted to drag her, her pulse would start like raising.
Yeah. And when she gets there, she's
like that.
She's not gonna come.
I was just lucky to think like that at that point. She just popped up like, okay, don't worry, don't tell her. I just want to meet this person. I just started. Me and that person, that's the we normally talk. All this for Blazer, it looks so well over
there. Guy.
And he smiled. God don't catch you. From that, I just chat, little chat. And while chatting, I was softly looking at the other end just to get the person attention to that other side. What's up now? How are you doing? You want to meet this person? I don't know. She didn't have an option. She had to come and it ended well for them, right? So I would just say, because I don't want it to be too long, events will always be beneficial to anybody that has an open mind and have a plan. Nothing, because what I just said right now is majorly to personal people, like individuals.
Yeah.
To corporate brands, in fact, I can even stake.
I knew you were going to go there.
I can even stake a bet that corporate brands that are smart enough
have more to gain
than individuals. But that's a long story.
Stay for another day.
It's a long story.
We'll invite you to do one of that. So we have like series, we have like other episodes, like so we have like different storytelling structures for next year, and we have one where we like invite people who are experienced in like event marketing or like event management come and share how people can benefit from the event. So we invite you for that one. So my final question for you is, what would you say to attendees or like generally guests that attend events to get the best from, like how would you say, like what advice would you give them to get the best from events? Because I mean, you mentioned how you attended all these events, but if you didn't put any of the things you learned to practice, it would just be, oh, you attended the event. And I feel like that's a lot of people get it wrong. They just go for these events and they don't really practice. Like at first, they're not open to taking anything valuable from the event, and then when they go home, they're not, practicing any of that, and eventually it feels like a waste of time.
Very simple thing to know, not to execute. Just always recognize, or no, always attempt to recognize the current state of your personal brand and career before getting involved with an event. I'll repeat that again. Always recognize the current state of your personal brand and career before getting to attend an event. So that when you are going, you don't over respect yourself to do some certain things. Like I said, some people will ask me that, Saamu, last year, many people did you meet? I met new people, but that was not what made me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
The fact that the entire highlight for me was that I connected my guys to do that.
Fulfillment is very relative.
That I do not need them at this point, though. And another thing that I also did not say earlier, I wish I had showed up better, but because I just got back from Ghana, I didn't rest for more than 2 days. There were a lot of rush. So I didn't even bag my hair going down to the if you could see the picture, I didn't bag my hair at all. So at that point, The secondary reason for me going to Moonshot was to show or to put a face to my name
Yeah,
that
to
some people
Samuel
know
Eleja.
online, right? And I wanted them to have more realistic expectations from me because of the little chance that we could
Yeah,
have.
meet in
Those things
person.
build up. They build up now and for the future. But because we've underestimated conversations like that doesn't feel like,
Yeah, I feel like
I have
just
to.
transactional.
So anybody that is attending an event, always remember that stage. If the reason why you are going to an event is to go and look for a job, don't let anybody underwhelm that
Yeah,
goal for you.
or
You are
dismay
the
you.
one that knows
Just
why you are going
that's it.
there.
That's what will make you feel fulfilled. Make sure you get it.
Just go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to stress it too much. Of course,
In fact, you don't even have to listen to the sessions. Just
see,
go
I would ask you
and
to
go
be
connect the
strategic.
right
I'm
people.
telling you, I would ask you to be strategic like about it, not to say give me your phone
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
And you have to be strategic too, right? There are ways that you can get it done. You can go to an event like BCP now, like okay, let's 2026 edition. You go to booths of
Brand.
sponsor, and then you choose to look around. It looks like this particular sponsor does not have like a content creator, maybe a content
Yeah,
creator,
you find what they need.
you don't even have to tell them. Just cover your own part. And once feel like you want to cover more, meet them. Okay, I've been trying to do a short highlight of how your friends have been. Can you give me a little time just to do more for you? You are really softening the heart for them.
Yeah,
that is your own goal to the event.
That's like a good learning spot.
Come and achieve it and just go.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. If you want to use food, you will find it.
If you don't use swags, find it. Like at this last one shot, I feel like people had different goals. While some people were bashing one shots, I was shocked because on my own timeline, everything I was seeing was, oh, one shot was nice. I got the best experience. But then it was later I was hearing that some people actually bashing one shot. That what's the point? Tickets and all of that shenanigans. And I'm like, oh, wow. People legit have different reasons for attending events. Me, after day one, I felt fulfilled because I connected with people I wanted to connect with. I don't think I listened to more than like 2 or 3 sessions. I just knew that okay, I wanted to connect with this person because I applied for this particular job and I wanted to know what was going on, and I need to connect with this person. And I don't even know how it happened. I connected with like 5 people there, and it was not even very intentional. They just saw me around, or I was just like around them, and they're like, oh, and it's like all of them were taking liking to me, and I was like, oh wow, how is this happening? So like I just went there to like just lay groundwork and I'm like,
I would never underestimate it. Please don't do
at
it.
all, because then she was able to refer me for a role, and that would not have happened if I didn't go for moonshot.
Another thing that I also do not want to forget for anybody that's attending events, please open your mind to be exposed. See, if moonshot happens from now till I die, as far as I am able to attend them, I would be there because of the exposure.
Yeah, and you maximize it.
See, I'm looking to attend bigger events as much as possible. In fact, I'm currently studying one Web3 conference event, like I think it's DevCon. No, is it DevCon? I can't remember.
Is it happening in Qatar?
Like I just saw somewhere, and events will expose you.
It will.
And you will dead, like you will kill some
some mindset
that you feel like it's not possible. When you hear people just shouting $10,000, $200,000, $300,000, like it is water.
Yeah.
You believe in yourself more. You see, somehow you can first of all get into a state of depression.
Yeah. Like, you'll be like, what am I doing in my life?
You will carry yourself back if you're surrounded by this thing is possible. People are making money.
Yeah.
People are doing things. People are building a lot of things. So event is a lot. See, I can speak from today to tomorrow about it.
I know. We can probably invite you for like an episode 2 or something, because honestly, if you're not intentional about like what you get from an event, just there's nothing anybody wants to tell you. Honestly, you just keep going in circles and you say there's nothing there. But thank you so much. It was nice having you.
Thank you so much.
Let's do this again some other time.
Thank you, BCP.
It was nice having you talk. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. We'll see you for either episode 2B or something else entirely. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you at the next one.